Hello guys and welcome back to the D Show. As some of y'all may know, I have been in the Disney College program since August of 2025 and it is currently March of 2026, and I have been kind of wanting to do a video talking about the types of things that I've learned and advice that I can give to more people that might be interested in the DCP or have already gotten accepted into the program and are just waiting for their arrival date, or people who have just gotten here and just need a little bit more guidance in what to do. That's what this video is for. This has been in the works for a while, but I feel like now, given that I finished my first program and I'm a couple months into my second, it would be a lot more helpful and more insightful to give you information now, because I can probably go a little bit into more detail about some of the things that I have written. A lot of these I wrote like months ago, like a good month or 2 months into my program, but I still feel that everything is really helpful and useful, and you might not agree with some of this stuff, or some people that have been in the program might not agree, or maybe like some of these things you don't really want to do or can't do. That's fine. Take these with a grain of salt. These are just some suggestions that I wrote down that I feel like if I would have done this, I probably would have been more prepared or would have had a better experience like from the very start, because some of the stuff I didn't do until like later, if that makes sense. So yeah, but before I get into the topic of this video, I did want to talk about a little update with my channel. So I changed my channel to the D Show. That's because I feel like from the past couple of years, it's just kind of been a lot of different videos I've been posting. I used to primarily do like vlogs and lifestyle back when I was in like high school, and now I'm kind of moving towards doing a lot of like commentary and a lot of like sit down videos like this, but I also like to do some vlogs. So I thought like maybe we could just call it something different. I thought of kind of like a fun way to brand my channel into that, where it's just kind of like whatever I feel like posting. So it's the D Show. I'll do lots of different things. Like I said, I like sitting here, like talking. I like doing some script videos every once in a while. I like doing some vlogs every once in a while. It's just kind of like what feels right in the moment. This is kind of just a platform for me to just post whenever I feel like it, like I said, just to, you know, talk about what I want to talk about. But now that that's taken care of, let's get into the meat of what this video is. So I have everything separated into categories. I will be referring to my iPad right here with my notes for what I wanted to include. Like I said, I'm not going to be separating it off onto each individual entry. I'm going to be separating it off, or like separating them into the categories that I made. So the first category is basic things to bring. You're going to want to bring toiletries, obviously. You're going to want to bring sheets, a couple pillows, and then a blanket or two, because I personally am a big blanket user, but you definitely want to be prepared. You want to have a few blankets, especially because it does get colder. I didn't believe people when they said it gets colder in Florida. It does, at least in Orlando. So definitely bring blankets. Definitely bring like a Snuggie or something like that you can get like all like warm with, because it is going to get cold and there's going to be cold nights and you're going to wish that you had blankets. So bring blankets. Also bring your chargers. Like I kept a few chargers at home, and that's fine, but I would definitely recommend bringing a few. Definitely bring a few just in case. Room decor. Before coming down here, I brought my vines and I bought these lights here, and I brought like some fake plants and stuff. So just bring stuff. Don't bring a whole lot, especially because it depends, depending on how you're coming down here, depends on how much you can bring. Like if you're driving, if you're bringing your car down here, then you can bring a lot more, obviously, than if you were flying. If you're flying, I would recommend really packing lightly, but I would recommend bringing toiletries, sheets, pillows, still blankets, still just maybe not as many decorations, because that should be like the least of your priorities if you're flying. If you're driving, definitely bring a little bit of everything. Get a starter kit of detergent, paper towels, etc., like cleaning stuff. It is like you can buy that down here, and a lot of people say just like wait until you get down here, but I honestly would recommend bringing a few things. Buying things that you need will kind of go into an entry later on. It might be more worth your while, especially if you're flying. Maybe you want to save money and use that money to buy stuff when you get down here. That's okay too, but just kind of like have an idea. If you aren't like, if you're wanting to buy it, like buy it at home. If you think it's going to be cheaper at places at home, buy it at home. home, buy it then, bring it. If you have extra stuff at home that your parents will let you bring, do that. Just try to bring a starter kit, bring some stuff, especially like living on your own for the first time. It can be kind of overwhelming and you're kind of gonna forget like all the things you're gonna actually need because like you have to buy everything. Like, but just kind of like have an idea. And then an umbrella or a poncho. Definitely bring one or the other, especially because your first week you're going to be, I don't want to give away a lot, but your first week you're gonna have a lot of free time. So you're most likely going to want to go to the parks. Bring an umbrella or bring a poncho again, because it's gonna rain. And it did rain the first week. It is Florida. It poured rain. Luckily, I did bring a poncho, but just saying, just bring it. Bring it so you don't have to buy it in the parks. Next, we have a clothing hack that I thought of. So one of my biggest problems was that I brought a lot of clothes. Like I brought like 3 boxes of clothes, or I think it was 2 boxes in a suitcase. Don't do that. The kind of like thing that I thought kind of worked in my mind, but I kind of did the math. Bringing about 11 to 14 days worth of clothes would probably be ideal, because typically like you're going to be scheduled 5 days a week and you're gonna get 2 days off. So if you're someone that doesn't like to be an outfit repeater, bring 11 to 14 outfits and then you rotate those out, and it's like you didn't repeat them, because if you only have 2 days off a week, 14 outfits, like that's 14 weeks with different outfits. Like kind of like where my head is at, but at least like bring enough so that you have options, but don't bring a lot. I brought a lot of clothes, and there's a lot of clothes that I do not wear. And also with that too, bring some winter clothes, because I did not bring any winter clothes. I brought like 2 pairs of pajama pants as like winter clothes, and like 3 sweatshirts or something. Bring more than that, because I was not prepared for the winter. I had to buy leggings, I had to buy long sleeves, I had to buy a bunch of shit, because I didn't bring any winter clothes because I didn't think it was gonna be cold. Luckily, I did end up going home for a week, so I also brought winter clothes back from home. But yeah, definitely bring your stuff. Bring stuff, be prepared. Bring winter, bring summer, bring that. You can buy clothes down here if you need to, but prepare for that too. If you think that you're gonna buy a lot of clothes, if you really like buying clothes, don't bring a lot. But do make sure also that you bring fancy clothes for the first week, because during the first week, there is an event at the very end of the week where you're going to need something nice, very business casual, like a dress, or just like, again, just business casual, something kind of like fancy and cute. And then for the next week, when you start training, there is gonna be a few days, depending on, I guess, where you are going to be working, where you will need to wear a nice outfit to work, like before you get your costume. So definitely prepared for that. Also bring black socks. You're going to need black socks. I saw that on TikTok, so I did that. But you're going to need black socks for every day that you work. And you might as well, for the days where you have to come in a cute outfit and no costume, they want you to wear black socks as well. So make sure that you have black socks. That is a #1 priority. Buy them before you get here, or buy them right when you get here, but you're going to need black socks. Do not forget. Next, we're going to talk about money hacks. So back to kind of what I was talking about earlier with like the buying stuff. Save before you come down at least a little bit. So if you want, you could save, and like you could wait to buy things that you're going to need when you get here. You can save a little bit extra money and then use that money to buy the stuff once you get here. You can do that, but just please save. Please save. I did save a decent amount. I saved like $500, but that all went out within the first like month and a half. Partially because I don't know how to save my money properly, but you want to save money. Especially, again, that first week, the way that I took it, which like, I'm not saying you probably should not take it this way, but the way I took it was, this is a week of vacation. We get to go to the parks, we have all this free time. So I kind of treated it like a vacation. I didn't care how much money I was spending, because I'm like, it's just 1 week, like I'll spend my money now and then I'll do adulting stuff later. Don't do that. And if you are gonna do that, then save a specific amount for that week and limit yourself, budget yourself. Please, because I really wish that I would have saved more money from when I first got here, because that would be helping me now. Especially because those first 2 weeks, you're not going to be making a lot of money, because your first week you get 1 day of pay. Second week you have training, which again, depending on where you are, could be a lot of hours, could not be a lot of hours. Just be prepared. Make sure you have money there just in case. Make sure you have emergency money too, even if that means in your savings, or if that means like an emergency stash of cash. Like, do both. If you think that you're saving enough, you're not. Save as much as you can. Really try to work. If you have like a job like back home, yes, try to spend time with your family before you leave. Spend as much time as you need to, but also try maybe like a few weeks before or whatever, working as much as possible. Even like starting, like if you have your program in like 5 months or 6 months, like start saving now. The earlier you start, the easier it's gonna be, even if it's like $20 here, $20 there, anything. Literally save anything. If that means you have to stop going to Starbucks every week or every day, girl, do that. Please, you're gonna need to. You're gonna have to live on your own. It is really, it's kind of scary. It's not that bad now that I'm used to it, but the first couple weeks I was scared. It's not super hard. It's not a super hard transition. I made that transition a lot faster than I thought I would, and I was able to like get in that mindset of like, oh yeah, I have to buy stuff, whatever. But just be prepared. Do things to set yourself up. Sorry, that was kind of like a long ramble. Shop at Walmart or Dollar Tree where it's cheaper if you can. Walmart is a really good bargain. They have really cheap stuff. Target, sometimes the Target by Flamingo is low-key kind of overpriced, but there are a few things that are really cheap, like bread and eggs. Bread, eggs, milk, those 3 things are super cheap at the Flamingo Target. So I started buying that stuff there because it's more convenient and it's stuff I go through faster. The closest Walmart to Flamingo, if you drive, is like 15 minutes. It's not too bad. It's definitely worth the drive. Please, if you have a car or if you have a friend who drives and you both need groceries, go to Walmart. Walmart is cheaper than Target. Even if you go to like the super Target, Walmart is still going to be cheaper with a lot of its stuff, like especially with food. Also, try to think about what you want like for meals weekly. My dad and stepmom, they make like a menu. I don't do that. I kind of just think about things that I want that I'm going to eat. Like I kind of go on like kicks. Like one week I was kind of on a taco kick, so I got ground beef, tortillas, lettuce, cheese. I got all that and I made tacos for the week. That's what I ate every day. Because for me, I kind of like get fixated on one meal and I'll eat that like every day of the week. And then like the next week I'm like, what do I want this week? You know, I kind of think of that. Also, sometimes when I'm going grocery shopping, if I know that, like, for example, like if I'm getting a really good check one week and I know that like next week my hours don't look too good, I will buy, like, I'll kind of think in advance of things that I might need for the next week so that I can buy that stuff ahead. Like if it's non-perishable items, you know what I mean? Like I like tuna, by the way. Like if I'm running out of tuna but I like don't want to eat tuna this week, I'll get some for next week, if that makes sense. I'll kind of like do things like that. I'll think ahead of things I'll need for the next week, or I'll kind of like double up on things I need so that I have them for next week, so I don't have to spend that what little money I do have on groceries, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So I don't have to do a big grocery trip the next week. I can just kind of go for little things. Anyway, sorry, I keep rambling. Hey divas, this is Editing Me. I just wanted to add a couple more things to this like grocery shopping money saving ramble. One thing that saves you a lot of money is making coffee at home. If you just get like any instant coffee and you look up like how to make cold brew like at the start of the week and use that for your daily coffee. That saves you a lot of money on coffee, because like honestly, a container of instant coffee at most, it's gonna be like maybe $14, and that's like, I have one that's lasted me like months and it still hasn't run out. It was only like $14. Like, do that please, it'll save you so much money. Also, if you are a big person that likes fast food, think about what you get from fast food places. Like for me, I love a cheeseburger. I love cheeseburgers. I love chicken sandwiches. I like chicken tenders, whatever. Think about that kind of stuff and then make that stuff for your dinners. Like if you find yourself wanting a McDonald's cheeseburger like all the time, find a good cheeseburger recipe, make yourself some cheeseburgers for dinner. Like do something like that. That kind of thing will also save you a lot of money, because eating out gets expensive. You could also, like in theory, budget yourself to eat out like one night a week, so that way you can still enjoy that like eating out experience, but at most make it like only once or twice a week. Please do not break that. Like it's so expensive and you need to save as much money as possible. Try not to waste money on entertainment, because you do get free entertainment. I don't want to get too much into that. I really don't want to get in trouble, but you will get free entertainment, and that's all I'm gonna say. And then also the last money thing is join rewards programs. 7-Eleven, if you drive, 7-Eleven is one of the best rewards programs ever, because with 7-Eleven they have a lot of deals. If you put like on text notifications, they will text you every once in a while being like, hey, there is a deal. If you text 7-Eleven this certain word, then you get 30 cents off a gallon for your next 2 fill-ups. Like it is literally that common. Like every time I go to the gas station, there's usually something. So please keep that in mind. Join 7-Eleven rewards, join Starbucks rewards, join literally any rewards program that you use. If it's free, join it. If it's a paid subscription, be cautious, be very cautious. But if it's a free thing, definitely join it, because it's free. Like what's the big deal? If you don't want to be bombarded with deals, like you can turn off notifications of it, or you know, there's things you can do. But starting out, definitely apply for all those rewards programs, because they're going to be really helpful in the long run. Social hacks. Please talk to your coworkers. Please. I know it's difficult, anxiety. When I start a new job, when I enter a new space, I get really anxious and I have really bad social anxiety, but you just kind of have to talk. You got to break through that. That is where all my friends are. They are literally all from people I met at work. There's all these people that are going through the same thing you are, where a lot of them are living on their own for the first time, away from their parents for the first time. Like, that's a really big thing to have in common and to discuss and to talk about. And you need people who are going to be there to support you. I was also lucky in the fact that I came down with a few college friends, and 2 of which are still here. So I still have them too, and we hang out all the time and we talk, but still, especially if you don't have people that you're coming down here with, please talk to coworkers, talk to people, go to the pool, go to other flamingo events. I don't really go to flamingo events, but I do go to the pool quite often. My friends and I went to the pool. Now going into like flamingo, like the pool and stuff and the events, we're on to some flamingo hacks. Use your resources. In the community center on both campuses, East and West, they have multiple tables and like areas that you can like sit down and hang out. They have TVs that you can rent remotes for free. You just have to have like your ID. You give them your ID. They hold on to it until you turn in the remote, whatever. They have board games you can rent. They have wagons you can rent, chargers you can rent, bunch of different stuff. Like, they have literally like so much stuff. And I didn't even know that this was something that they offered until like a couple weeks in. They have lots of stuff. They have rooms too that you can use for studying or for hangouts, like for movie nights, whatever. Again, they have TVs, you can rent remotes, whatever. They also have a pool, like a pool table. Or they have barbecues like out by the pool. They have a gym. Like, we have a gym, we have a pool at both campuses. There's 2 pools actually at both campuses, like 2 at one, 2 at the other. There's like a bunch of like hammocks and like areas outside that you can hang out with your friends. A bunch of like little gazebos, or like in between the apartment buildings, sometimes there'll be like a little like bar area where it's like a table and like bar stools, and then it's got like a little awning. So you can like hang out there. Lots of places to go to study, lots of places to go to like with your friends, to do movie nights, again, game nights, whatever, what have you. There's a lot of places for that. Next, park hacks. So bring a portable charger or buy a portable charger, definitely. But I have to tell you, there is a portable charger service in the parks that I didn't even know. I think it's like newer. They're called fuel rods. There's like a small, like little, I'll try and find a picture. There's like a small little rod that you can get, or you can buy this big block. But when I first got here, it was just the like rods. I would recommend buying at least just the rod, because yes, they are expensive. I think it's like $30 something for this, which like is definitely more expensive than a portable charger you can get off Amazon, and it probably doesn't last as long as the ones from Amazon. But they have this feature on all the fuel rod machines where after you've bought a fuel rod charger, you can swap it out. So like if it's dead, if you've used it all, you can just go to the machine, hit swap, put it in, and it'll pop out another one for you that's fully charged. It is literally a lifesaver, because as someone who uses their phone a lot when they're in the parks, like when you're in the line or just like daily, taking pictures, filming videos, whatever, having that fuel rod is such a blessing, because you don't have to solely rely on, like, again, if you have a portable charger, that's gonna run out eventually. And if it does run out, then you don't have a place really to like charge it. So it's good to have the fuel rod there, because you can switch it out. They have them at all 4 parks. They have the stations at all 4 parks. There's a list online that tells you where you can find the stations. I think it's a little outdated, the one that I found. I think it was in like DFB Guide or something, but pretty much like I think I've gone to almost every location on that list, and they're all still there. I would recommend doing it. Bite the bullet the first week while you have the money. Buy it so you have it for the rest of your time. I'm so happy I bought the bullet and I bought that fuel rod at the beginning of my program, because it is literally, like I said, a lifesaver. Bring your blue ID with you to the parks. After filming, I kind of realized that some of the things I talked about in this section should not be revealed. So I just went ahead and put all that out. Anything that your Blue ID will give you, you will learn in training and in your classes. But all I'm going to tell you in this video is just don't forget to bring it with you. Bring it with you every time, no matter what. Also, there's free ice water at any quick service location or any location that has fountain beverages, not places with bottle beverages. Typically, those places don't have it. It's any place that you see, any ODV cart, any stand, literally any place that has fountain sodas that you see on the menu. It says they sell fountain sodas. They're going to have free cups of ice water. Take advantage of that. Bring a water bottle too. If you don't have one, like a small one, buy one, and then get free cups of ice water, fill that sucker up. You could honestly too just get cups of ice and then fill it up with the water from the water fountain, but just I would recommend doing that because it makes it colder. Also with that too, one thing that I started doing recently is I like to get soda when I'm in the parks. I usually like, because I don't want to just drink water all day. So bringing, wait, do I have, oh, no, I don't have it in front of me, but bringing like if you guys know what Mio is, it's like a water, like it's like a drink enhancer. Bringing something like that, or bringing like the Water Talk packets. If you want something a little sweeter to drink that's not, you know, that's not water, but you don't want to have to pay $5 for a Diet Coke or something, bring something like that. Bring Propel packets, bring Mio. I even got a blue raspberry, like electrolyte drink syrup thing from Walmart, and that is so good and it replenishes your electrolytes. Bring those kind of stuff with you, liquid IV, any of that stuff. Bring it with you so you have it if you need some more electrolytes or some more hydration, or again, you just want a drink that's not water, but you don't want to pay for said drink, then bring that stuff with you. Think ahead, think of what you might want for the day. And then lastly, do not forget park reservations. I didn't even know that this was a thing the first week I got there. So when I went to go scan into the park, it wouldn't work, and they were like, oh, did you make a reservation? And we were like, no, what's that? You have to make a reservation. Whenever you go on the My Disney Experience app, once you have like your ticket linked into like your account, which they can give you more information on that during your training and whatnot, you go to like make a reservation and it'll show you what parks have reservations available. Definitely think ahead, especially if you're wanting to go to Magic on a specific day. Like for example, sometimes like I'll be making plans for the next week and my friend and I'd be like, let's go to Magic on Tuesday. Go onto park reservations, make your park reservation as soon as you can, because especially for Magic, those reservations fill up fast. There have been times where I've literally gone to a park and I've literally gotten to the park and I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't make a reservation, and I went to look and there were no reservations available. Mind you, in that one case, they did make an exception for us and they helped us out that day, but please don't do that. Please don't do that. Make sure you have your reservation. Make sure there's reservations available before you make those plans. Get them before it's too late. And then honestly, I think that's it. I think that's all. But I hope that through all of this rambling that this helped you in some way, shape, or form. If you are waiting to hear back from DCP, I'm manifesting that you get accepted and that you get it. If you have gotten accepted into DCP, congratulations. I cannot wait for you to get here. You're gonna have such a blast. It's honestly so much fun. Really take advantage of this time. Don't spend all of your days off bed rotting. Don't spend all your time off bed rotting, laying in your bed, doing nothing, not talking to anyone. Make the most of your time. Make the most of your program. Do as much as you can. Have as much fun as you can, please. Really live it up. Enjoy this time. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that you have fun. I hope, like I said, this helped you. Stay tuned for more magical videos from yours truly. Please like and subscribe. Comment down below any video ideas or suggestions that you would like to see. And yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.